Hello, welcome to Yoga IRL. My name is Claire, and today we'll be going through a pigeon party. This is a deep hip opening Yin to Yin class, specializing in pigeon pose. So I'll be doing pigeon pose, double pigeon pose, standing pigeon pose, reclined pigeon pose. I think that's all the pigeon poses I could think of. Anyway, if you think of more pigeon poses, comment below. I would like to add more to this party. Anyway, you might need 2 blocks for this practice. This is definitely deep hip openers, but we're going to be doing some other full body stuff too, so it's not just hips. So if you know that your hips are a little tight and need some love in pigeon pose or other poses like that, make sure you've got some blocks or something to support yourself on. But other than that, this is a prop-free class, and we'll begin seated. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position, and we'll just take a moment to ground, get centered. Close your eyes and start to become aware of your breath. Notice your body and bring your attention to your hips and your pelvis area. Notice how your hips feel right now. Maybe they feel a little tight and stiff, which is why you're here today. Or maybe they feel nice and loose and ready to go. Either way, you're welcome here. Bring your hands to your heart, and I encourage you to set an intention here, maybe verbalizing to yourself what brought you to the mat today. What do you hope to get out of this class? Let's seal your intention with an inhale together and a sigh out the mouth. Inhale through your nose, and sigh it out. Beautiful. Let's get this pigeon party started. We'll start with double pigeon. So keep your right foot on the ground, your right shin and everything on the ground, and then cross your left shin over the right one. So your left foot is going to be on top of your right knee, and your left knee will be over your right foot. If you look like this today, which is totally reasonable, you can have a block, pillow, folded blanket, or towel, and you could just put it in between your foot and your knee to provide some extra support there so that you're not hurting. And we'll just stay upright here. We're still warming up, obviously. And just feel how this position feels in your hips, if there's any resistance or if it feels welcome in your body today. Good. Take your left hand down to the ground and then inhale your right arm up and over for a side stretch. Inhale into your side body, feeling your ribs get wider. And exhale back to center. If you feel comfortable, you're welcome to walk yourself forward just a little bit for a couple of breaths. But again, don't go too far. We're just starting to invite sensation into this area of the body. So you might sway a little bit side to side, see how different parts of your pelvis feel. Your lower back, and down into your hamstrings and glutes. Walk yourself back up and switch legs. Left foot will be on the bottom, and then cross your right shin over the left. Right foot on top of your left knee, right knee over left foot. Feel this position. Maybe this side feels tighter or a little bit looser than the other side. Totally fine. And now take your right hand down, stretch your left arm up and over into a side stretch. Breathe into your side body. One more inhale here. And back up to center. You're welcome to walk forward a little bit into a slight forward fold here. Again, swing side to side if that feels nice. Awesome. Walk yourself back up. And let's begin some Vin. come into downward facing dog. Slowly and gently, and start to pedal your feet out underneath you. Feeling into the backs of your legs, maybe for the first time today. Make sure that your fingertips are active and rooting into the ground, so you're not dumping all of your weight into your wrists, but spreading the weight evenly through your wrists, palms, and fingertips. One more breath here. Inhale. Inside out. Bend your knees, look forward, and come to the top of your mat. Keep your knees generously bent here and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands touch at the top. And then dive forward, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands on the ground and step or float back into high plank. You can come down either via chaturanga, or you can lower your knees down and come down a little bit more gently. Then inhale into a back bend. Tuck your toes. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale here and let it out. Inhale your left leg up to the sky and step it forward for warrior two. Spin your back foot down and come up into warrior two. Back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat and your front knee over your front ankle. Breathe here, inviting some heat into your legs, getting nice and warm for more pigeon poses. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Straighten your front leg and come into triangle pose. Your hand can come to your shins, your shin, your ankle, the floor, or a block here. And feel your torso get long. Making sure that the left side is not getting crunched, but keeping it nice and long as best you can. You could look up towards your top hand or keep your head facing forward, either way. One more inhale here. And then circle down, coming into kind of a runner's lunge, and then stepping back into plank. You're welcome to push back directly into downward facing dog or take a vinyasa coming down into your belly. Inhaling up into a back bend, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up, step it forward for warrior two, and come on up. Back leg is strong, front knee is over your front ankle, also nice and strong. Breathe here. Inhale, reverse. Straighten your front leg and come down into triangle pose. Any arm variation that you need here. One more inhale. Exhale, bend your front knee. Plant your hands on the ground and vinyasa or downward facing dog. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale your left leg up again. Step it forward, this time for high lunge. So keep your back foot where it is. And you might bend your knee as you come up for high lunge. Lift your arms up overhead. Inhale, straighten your front leg and your back leg. Exhale, bend both knees. Bring your fists to your hips. Inhale, reach up, straightening your legs. Exhale, fists to hips, knees down. Inhale, up and release down. Straighten your back leg. Lift up, and then bring your hands to your heart. And we're coming into airplane pose. So you might need to adjust your stance a little bit here. So you're not gonna like fly into a wall or anything. So from high lunge, take your hands to your sides and lift your back leg up, keeping your foot flexed. Your hands can be to reaching back behind you or reaching out to the side. I like to think of this as like a flying pigeon pose. Good, and then drop your hands down to the ground and come up into half splits, or standing splits. Lift your right leg up as high as it will go, feeling your hips getting warm, your hamstrings getting warm. And then place your right foot next to your left, coming up into chair pose. Sit down here, tailbone slightly pointing towards the floor. And now press up into mountain pose, hands down by your sides. Feel your feet underneath you here. Take your right knee, bend it, and then cross your right ankle over your left knee for standing pigeon. You can bring your hands to the floor or blocks for more of a deeper stretch in your hip, or if you're working on balance today, you can keep your elbows up or have your elbows tucked around your right calf. Any arm variation that you want here. Feeling strong in your left leg. Good. Come back up. And now cross your right knee over your left and maybe cross your foot behind your left shin for eagle pose. And the option to keep your hands here or take your arms out to the side and cross your right elbow under your left for eagle arms. So you can wrap your hands once or twice. And breathe here. Probably feeling a little bit of a burning in your left leg. That's just it getting warm. Good. Come out of this as best you can. Inhale your arms up. And then come back into airplane pose. Stand on your left leg. Send your right foot back. Arms anywhere you'd like. Bend into your front knee and come up into high lunge again. Inhale here, getting long, slight back bend. And then exhale, take your flow. You can go back to downward facing dog or vinyasa coming down. Inhaling to a back bend. And exhale into downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale here. And side out. Inhale your right leg up and step it forward for high lunge. Keep your back foot pointed, right knee over right ankle. You might bend your back knee as you come up into high lunge. Reach your arms up, then straighten your front knee, point your back foot, and then come down, bending both knees, hands to your hips. Inhale up, hands to your hips, bending both knees. Rise up, hands to your hips. Then straighten your back knee and come up tall. Adjust your stance as needed to come into airplane pose. And from high lunge, reach your arms behind you, come up light onto your back toes, and then take flight. Arms can be beside you or behind you. Breathe here. And now release your hands to the floor or blocks for half splits. Use your glute to lift your left leg up. place your left foot behind, next to your right, and come up into chair pose. Nice and deep. One more breath. Exhale, stand tall, hands by your sides, into mountain pose. Take your left ankle and cross it over your right knee, hands to your heart, sinking into standing pigeon. You can bring your hands down for a deeper stretch in a forward fold. Hands can of course be on blocks here. Or if you want to work on your balance today, you can have your hands at your heart, maybe tuck your elbows around your left shin. Breathing here. Notice where the weight is on your right foot and see if you can arrange your weight on that foot evenly. So you're not favoring one side or the other. One more breath here. Come on up and cross your left knee over your right for eagle legs, crossing once or twice. An option to take your arms out and cross your left elbow under your right for either one wrap or two. Feel your right leg burning. Might be kind of intense, that's okay. And release to mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. Coming into airplane. Let your left foot get light behind you. As you reach your chest forward, leg up, arms behind you or to the sides. And then bend your front knee, step your left foot back into high lunge. Arms up, inhale. And circle your arms down. Plant your hands in either downward facing dog or vinyasa. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale your left leg up and come into pigeon pose, planting your left knee next to your left hand, right foot next to your right hand, and extend your right foot back behind you. And if the floor is too far away, you can always sit up on a block under your left hip, or come down, and you could stay up or fold it forward. Sometimes it's nice to have a block under your forehead here. And relax. 10 deep breaths in this pose. One more inhale in this pose. Exhale. And start to walk yourself back up. Take your right foot, right knee, and stack it on top of your left, coming into cow face pose. If the knees are uncomfortable or far apart here, you're welcome to sit up on a block or a bolster, pillow, blanket, anything like that. That might help get your knees in a more comfortable alignment. So do whatever you need to do here to make this comfortable. Close your eyes. Maybe you have your hands on your feet. You're welcome to take a forward fold here. Maybe resting your hands on the floor or your elbows on the floor or a block. And release this pose. You could take your hands behind you, knees, feet planted in front of you, maybe rock your knees side to side. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, bring your right knee behind your right wrist, right foot next to your left wrist, and then extend your back leg out. Again, you're welcome to sit up onto a block if that feels better for you, or a blanket's also really nice for that. And you're welcome to stay up tall or fold forward, maybe having a block under your forehead, or your forehead resting on your palms on the floor. One more breath in this pose. And on your exhale, walk yourself back up. Move your props. And then roll onto your right hip and cross your left knee over your right. Same thing applies here. If you want to sit up on a block or a folded blanket, you are welcome to do so. You can have your hands on your feet here and sit up tall, or you can fold forward. Unwind your feet, placing your hands behind you, and windshield wiper, dropping your knees over one side and then the other. Great. You can take any movements. If you want to come into downward dog one more facing time, you can, and we'll meet you on our back. Bring your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Maybe you can massage your lower back by circling your knees in one direction and then the other. Place both feet on the floor next to your hips. Palms on the floor next to your hips as well. And push up for bridge pose. There should be a space behind your neck and the floor. One more breath here. And exhale, let your hips down. Take your left foot over your right knee. And then come into reclined pigeon. So you can have your hands behind your thigh or your hands clasped around your right shins, whatever's comfortable for you here. If you need a strap, that's also totally fine to wrap around your shin. You might rock a little side to side in this pose or remain still. One more breath in this pose. And then on your exhale, release your right foot back to the floor and then cross your left knee over your right. Drop your knees over to the right for a twist. And if this is too much, just unwrap your left knee and do a double knee twist. Keep your left shoulder on the floor. And if you'd like, you can look over your left shoulder. One more breath here. Bring your face back up to the sky, knees back up to the sky. Take any movements here. Maybe windshield wipers, or you could bring your knees into your chest again. Cross your right ankle over your left knee and bring your left shins towards your chest. You can have your hands wrapped around behind your thigh or over your shin, either way. You might rock here or stay still. One more breath here. Plant your left foot back on the ground, cross your right knee over your left, and come into a twist, dropping your knees over to the left. Again, if this is too much, you can uncross your knees and just stack the right on top of the left. Option to turn your head over the right shoulder. One more breath here. Face back to center, knees up. You can bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And release into Shavasana. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you like, or listen to one of the guided Shavasana meditations I have for you available. Otherwise, come back up to sit slowly, maybe rolling onto one side. And press your way up. Keep your eyes closed or your gaze soft. Hands to your heart. Thank you so much for joining me for practice today. Thanks again for joining me today for this pigeon party. I hope you enjoyed this Vinti-yin sequence. If you did, let me know. Give it a thumbs up and leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more fun yoga flows, guided meditations, and pranayama practices. Until we practice again, have a great day.